Welcome to the FMV archive. We are taking a voyeuristic look into this game, Voyeur, from 1993. It was released on the CD-i, eventually came out for Mac and Windows after that. CD-i was not that popular of a gaming console. I think they sold 400,000 copies of it, but this was one of the more popular games for it. It was sold as a mature adult game. Okay, this is 1993. We have already had the video game crash of 1983. Adults have not into video games at the time. We're into more of Mortal Kombat era of video gaming. So they wanted to get adults into gaming. They wanted adults to also buy the CD-i. The CD-i was one of the more expensive systems. It was about $600. So it was a big investment. So they wanted adults to also be into this. So this is sold as a X-rated game. They actually say that in the CD-i magazine that came out in 1993 promoting this game. When you say X-rated, you think nudity, you think a lot of sex. There is sex involved in this game, but it is always fully clothed. There is no nudity in this one. This game had a lot of hype behind it. It was on the cover of Time magazine in September of 1993. There was an article about video games, and this one was featured in it. Now, is this an investment of your time that should be put into this game? Let's go into our 10-point system. Let's start with number one, the story. This is an erotic thriller with a little bit of a political intrigue into it. You've been hired to get dirt on Reed Hawke. Reed Hawke is running for president, or supposedly running for president. He's going to announce it after this weekend. He's bringing his entire family into the Hawke mansion to help him decide whether to run for president or not. You are stationed in the hotel across the street and you have a camcorder and you are looking into the windows of his mansion and filming what is going on in that mansion. What are you finding out when you're peeking in those windows? A little bit of incest, a little bit of misuse of government funds, a little bit of family drama, a little bit of really weird family drama. This whole family is effed up. Reed Hawke may have actually killed his dad. We don't know. That's kind of insinuated in this. There's a whole bunch in the story, and this is a really great story as well. Think of like Rear Window, that type of thing, that type of vibe, looking across the street and picking up all this stuff. I love the story. I love erotic thrillers. It kind of dies in the late 90s, early 2000s, that genre, but this is a great example of it. 10 out of 10 for the story. It is excellent. Number two, the gameplay. This is a totally unique game in terms of gameplay. They could have just done this as you having these video files and you checking them out, but no, these are all time-stamped, okay? You get different times, and you have so much battery power in your camcorder, so when you're looking around, different things are happening, sometimes simultaneously. So you don't get every single scene, every playthrough you get through this. It'll say 4 p.m. Saturday, and you have about 3, 5, 10, maybe 8 minutes at the most to go around and find out, either listen to conversations or watch actual scenes. There'll be icons on the window. Hey, you can watch a scene here. Hey, you can listen to something here. Or here, you can just look through and pick up evidence. But it is timed. You do have a battery on that camcorder. And when that battery runs out, you can't see any more scenes from that time period. And it usually jumps forward about 2 hours at a time. So you can get like the evening, whatever happens at the Hawke mansion. There are multiple endings, and there is a murder in this. Can you save that person from getting murdered? Or are you just going to record it and hand it over to the police? Or are you going to guess the wrong person on this and totally mess it up? Multiple endings, a lot into the gameplay here. The only thing in here is you do miss a lot. Feels a little bit like trial and error at times, but otherwise it is really unique and different. We'll give it an 8 overall for the gameplay. Number 3, the look in the graphics. There's a great article from 1993 in the CD-i magazine. I'm going to put a link to it here in the notes. It is really interesting how they made this. This is all in front of a blue screen. This is all CGI. They didn't use actual sets in it with actual set pieces like desks, chairs, and stuff like that. All that is inserted with CGI. And what's interesting, since you're looking at this voyeuristically from the apartment building behind the Hawke mansion there, it is filmed like a stage play. The director talks about that in that article, that it is filmed, it's one camera looking forward, so you don't get multiple shots. So you're really making these actors walk around this blue screen in front of them and hitting different marks as they would if they were acting with multiple cameras. So it's a lot different in that way, and I think it looks and plays out perfectly. The backgrounds look great. The FMV is exceptional. The actual house and the layout, that could have been done a little bit better, but overall, I think it looks absolutely great. Looking graphics is a 9 overall. Number 4, the dialogue. One of the best parts of this game. Every single person in this house has a motive to kill someone else or has a reason that they should be getting killed by someone else. It is structured absolutely fantastic. There is suspicion thrown around about every single person in here. Every single person in here has something wrong with them. Every single person in here has an advantage to gain by somebody being eliminated. It is a great political thriller conveyed through great dialogue and great acting. The dialogue is easily a 10 on this one. Absolutely perfect. Number 5, the consequences of your decisions. If you miss a scene in this, you might miss a big chunk of the storyline. So the consequences weigh heavily on this. And also, one of the things you can do is find evidence on this. A lot of that evidence doesn't matter too much in terms of the storyline, but it gives you a whole bunch more depth of these characters and why they're doing the things that they are doing. One of the things about the gameplay is that you miss stuff, but I actually think that gives it a higher replay value because you'll want to see everything that you didn't get that first playthrough. There are multiple endings, which is super cool, and the endings are really good. I liked all the endings on there. The consequences are an 8. Could be handled a little bit better in terms of structure, but they are important. The acting in this is really good. Robert Culp, who is the guy running for president in this, Richard Hawke, is this character in the game. He's a big get, okay? In the 60s and 70s, this was a much bigger actor. Again, if you're under 40, there's no way you know who this guy is. Most known for starring alongside Bill Cosby on I Spy in the 60s. That ran for 4 seasons. Time magazine, in their article about this game, points out that how big of a get this is. And he plays the president really well. I mean, my God, he should have been playing the president in like big time movies. He does this really well. He's creepy. He has a sense, he has some gravitas with him that makes it feel important when he's on the screen. Grace Zabriskie, she plays his sister on this game. You've definitely seen her. She's in 167 credits. She's also in The Quarry, if you've ever played that game. Has a memorable 4 or 5 episode stint on Seinfeld. She is George's fiance's mother, if you remember that from Seinfeld. Probably best known for working with David Lynch. She was on Twin Peaks, Wild at Heart. She was really good in those. And she is great. She's always kind of playing like a slightly deranged person, and she does it really good. And she's slightly deranged in the Voyeur game, and she is really good in that. The super hot, sexy secretary, Musetta Vander. You may recognize her from American Hero, another great FMV game starring Timothy Bottoms. She's in that one. She's in this one playing an S&M dominatrix / secretary and doing a great job at it. Musetta Vander, never understood why she never got the stardom that I think she deserved. The acting is spectacular, 10 out of 10. Number 7, direction and cinematography. Weaver, the director. It's a different kind of film, like putting a play on an empty stage. He said it's like kind of like playing 3D chess when you're dealing with multiple storylines, and it's very odd putting together. He does a great job at the direction and the cinematography on this. All the people are hitting their marks. Everything looks clean. Everything looks really good. The cinematography is great. You feel like you're watching it from across the street. It definitely feels like that. I think it couldn't be done better. 10 overall for direction and cinematography. Number 8, the music and the sound design. I love the music and the sound design on this one. The music is really good. Sounds like movie quality erotic thriller music the whole way throughout. Lots of different tracks in this. They sound similar, but I'd listen to it, kind of in its entirety, a good 7 straight minutes of just the background music of this. It is constantly changing. It is really good. I love the music in this. It adds a whole bunch to the atmosphere of the game. The sound design is great. You can hear these people wonderfully. 10 out of 10 for music and sound design. Number 9, inventiveness. What's new in this one? One, it's an adult game, and they're selling it as an adult game, and they want adults to buy this, so they buy the CDI to buy this game. Video games in 1993 were thought to be just for kids. Grown-ups should not be playing this stuff, so they're definitely trying to tap into a different market in here. The time-coded events, okay, that's been done before, but not too much. Bringing Hollywood into it. They used all Hollywood people for this one. This was a big deal. They were trying to merge Hollywood and Silicon Valley together and make that kind of a lasting relationship. And CDI was really trying to get that with Phillips to make that merger. This is really a great film, and they just gave you a really unique way to discover the story with it. I think it is wildly inventive for the time, and still to this day, I've not seen something quite like Voyeur put together. 10 out of 10, easily for inventiveness. Number 10, our most important category, fun. I had a blast playing this. This is a lot of fun. I played through it, I think, 4 times. And I loved every playthrough of it. Even when I was rewatching the stuff, I thought it was interesting just because it is acted so well, just because it is filmed so well, and it's a quick playthrough. I think a whole playthrough for this is about 40 minutes, and it goes through quickly. That brings us to a final score of a 95. Wow, this is a really fun game. This is not something that is like dated and doesn't make any sense. This is something that is relevant today. It is fun today. And it isn't something that looks bad and you're like, oh man, I had crappy acting. It's the bad, crappy FMV acting. No, this is great acting. This would have been good as a feature film. The final verdict is you got to find this one. If you like FMV gaming, this is a fun game to play. It's abandonware, or you can also buy it on Steam. It's available on Steam, not played very much on Steam. This is one of the first games released on Steam way back in the day. This has been on Steam forever. This is abandonware. You can find and download this very easily and play it on your computer. It is 100% worth your time to get through this one. Absolutely. If you want to play it, we have the full walkthrough here, and we're going to give you a detailed look at how you play this game and what you need to find to get the good ending on this one. A good ending to this video is saying like and subscribe. We really appreciate that. That is how we make more of this stuff, and all we do is FMV gaming. So if you like this, come back for more. Thank you, and have a great one.